Hi there, my name is Sand, otherwise known as Pumpkin Geek, and this week's video is a time to talk, and it's time to talk mental health part 2. Now, this video came about from a tweet that I read, must have been a week or two ago, and basically it was about how there was a lack of mental health provision, and I read sort of the responses, and a lot of people were saying the same thing, be it they were getting took into hospital, having suicidal tendencies or having attempted suicide, and they were getting sent home with a printed bit of paper, or how people have had to wait up to 6 months for treatment for eating disorders, and it was just absolutely appalling. And then I thought about my experience, and I thought, yeah, actually, I can well believe that happening. But let me just quickly give you some facts and figures for a little bit of context to this video. So in the UK, 1 in 4 adults are likely to have some sort of mental health issue, be it depression, anxiety, or OCD, right through to a learning condition. If you just look at England itself, it's 1 in 6 people, and in children within the UK it's 1 in 10. Now for adults, bearing in mind that 1 in 4 people in the UK have some sort of mental health issue, only 1 in 8 of them have managed to access some sort of treatment. Now a 2016 survey showed that as a population we are dealing with mental health issues in less than safe ways. 6.7 people out of 100 have attempted suicide, and 7.3 people out of 100 self-harm. And mental health funding has actually decreased in real terms by 8.25% or 60 million. Now this was research done in March 2015, and it was commissioned by Community Care in association with BBC News. I haven't been able to find any more recent figures. Also, what kind of shocked me as well as I was doing a bit of research was the number has also decreased in terms of social care funding towards mental health, and it fell from 1.2 billion to 1.1 billion. Again, that was sort of 2015ish, and another survey around about the same time found that CAMHS, which is children and adolescent mental health services, their budgets were cut or froze within 77% of NHS CCGs. Is it any wonder we're having issues as a country with mental health if the funding just isn't there? I'm going to share my own experience of my most recent mental health treatment. Now I'm on antidepressants, and the doctor is just quite happy to keep on giving me the antidepressants without any sort of review or anything. And I can sort of understand why, if they mostly work, and I'm happy to keep taking them. But I was going through a bit of a rough patch earlier on in the year. I'm not going to get into why, and I rang up sort of mental health people in my area, and I was referred to a charity called Starfish. Now I'm sure they do what they do really well, it's just perhaps it wasn't the right kind of treatment for me. Now there's a lot of sort of buzz going around about mindfulness at the moment, and this charity seems to sort of focus more on that than perhaps what would have been more beneficial for me, which would have been CBT, which I never got offered, have never been offered since my last bout about 6 or 7 years ago, and I don't think I'm likely to be offered ever again. But yes, mindfulness. I went for sessions, and it basically boils down to, what the advice I basically boiled down to was, try and get out of your current situation, because it's not going to help your mental health. And I can kind of see that, but at the same time, getting out of my current situation is not a possibility at the moment, so that was not helpful or relevant. Next thing they had me try was colouring books like a little child. Again, it might work for some adults. I didn't really gel with colouring books as a child anyways, and it just felt really ridiculous that an adult was telling another adult to basically go home and colour it. Yeah. And then finally, something that kind of did help a little bit was some relaxation and breathing exercises, which, fair play to them, it did help a bit, but I feel that I perhaps would have benefited from some, like I said, CBT to help me sort of work through the issues I was having at the time and come out of it with solutions that I've figured out for myself. But no point was that even considered, because apparently the funding just isn't there for it anymore, which is crap. Because if, now I'm lucky I wasn't suicidal in that situation, but if I was, and in the past I've considered it, and I was told to go home and colour in, I think that probably would have been the thing that pushed me over the edge. And to be honest, if that's the advice that the NHS is left offering at the moment, it's absolutely pants. And like, if people who are having serious crises are getting sent home with like a bit of paper printed off from the internet, I mean, we wouldn't be going into hospital if it had not gone beyond the point of being able to find this information out for ourselves. It's just beggars belief that this is where we are at a nation now. Don't get me wrong, there is charities out there like Mind who are doing brilliant work still. But yeah, and the other sad thing I found was that I first contacted this charity through the NHS sort of mental health team in January. I finally got my first treatment in like April. If I was a person in severe distress and crisis and I had to wait that long, it's understandable why the suicide rates are going up. Now we need mental health services to improve, because if you improve the mental health of people, then you're going to be improving the physical health of people as well. And in the long run, isn't that going to be saving the NHS more money if they kick some money into mental health services now? And actual sort of, never mind like sort of trendy buzzword sort of services, but actual services that might be helpful, like counselling or in-house clinics, without having to wait like ages and ages and ages. Anyhow, I've been Ange, and I will see you next time. Bye.